Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel, to our second watch along in a row now. Slovenia versus Serbia today. I'm just checking my graphic to make sure I've got everything set up correctly, and it's looking alright there. It's looking alright. We're around 15 minutes from kick-off. Of course, today we've got, it's a hell of a day, isn't it, really, for international matches. Slovenia versus Serbia, obviously on tonight. Sorry, Slovenia versus Serbia, obviously on next, followed by Denmark versus England, hence the England shirt. I am English there, so that's not surprising. And then Spain versus Italy, 8 p.m, which is a hell of an international fixture. Always been a classic. And then tonight at 1 a.m, the Copa America also starts. Argentina versus Canada. So it's just a hell of a day to be an international football fan, because that's a brilliant lineup. As well as the fact that tomorrow we've got the likes of the Netherlands versus France at 8 p.m, which is going to be a good one. I'll be live tomorrow for Slovakia, Ukraine. Slovakia, Ukraine, and maybe again later on for Netherlands, France. I need to confirm that with my partner. But yeah, fantastic stuff. Good to have you all along for another watch along and another great day. I had a peppercorn in my mouth there. I had peppercorn sauce for lunch with beef, potatoes and leeks, so yeah, solid meal. We also had a brilliant game yesterday. We had Croatia versus Albania. That was really lively. Albania obviously took the lead earlier on. Croatia, poor in the first half, couldn't get into a rhythm, and then they did manage to eventually break the deadlock in the second half. Pasalic came on and sort of changed the game, gave them a different dynamic moving forwards, and eventually they managed to get back into the game. And then just as you thought, poor Albania, they've been done again, gone ahead and then fallen behind. They got a last minute equaliser, Jasula, with the goal. So yeah, that was excellent. And then the rest of the football yesterday. What else did we have? What did we have in our next games? Germany, Hungary was next. 2-0 win, but Hungary played well. In that match. Had chances, particularly in the first half. But Germany did what they had to do. 6 points. Going to top the group. Means they can rest in this last match that they've got next week. And then on Switzerland, Scotland. Scotland going ahead in that one through Scott McSauce. Lucky deflection, has to be said. Switzerland then get themselves back in it, but it always seemed like Switzerland were rather okay with getting a draw. Obviously, they already had the win against Hungary. 4 points is probably going to be enough for them to get second in the group at this point. So, yeah, they seem rather content at 1-1, not to push the issue all that much. But yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be a good game. Slovenia have stuck with the same lineup that got them a 1-1 draw with Denmark. Serbia have made, I think, 3 changes. So I think it's Ilic, Mladenovic and Tadic have come in for Gulej, Kostic and Milinkovic-Savic. Very interesting, of course, Milinkovic-Savic not getting the nod today. Rather key midfield box-to-box man. Not gone for him today. All I was doing, I live in ecstasy. I know I'm there for me. But yeah, how are we all doing? Welcome back. It's going to be another fun afternoon of international football. It's going to be a good one. Slovenia will feel this is their big opportunity to get a win. Serbia will feel the same. They played well against England, and they can probably pick up a win today. So yeah, it's going to be close, to say the least. I'd probably just about punt for Serbia being the favourites in this one. But I have put a 1-1 draw. In fact, in all the predictions I've made today, I've made a 1-1 draw. 1-1 draw in this game, 1-1 draw between Denmark and England, which I'm sure we'll get onto a bit later. And a 1-1 draw tonight between Spain and Italy. Really excited to watch Italy tonight as well. I missed the vast majority of that match because I was on the plane myself out to Germany. So I'm looking forward to seeing that one tonight. We're around 10 minutes away from kickoff as well, which is good. We are slowly edging towards kickoff. And we're in Munich today. Munich, obviously the ground that we had for the opening match. A fantastic ground, isn't it really? The Allianz Arena. And the Slovenian fans, having sat with the Slovenian fans on Sunday, wow. They make a racket. They are passionate. They will celebrate every tackle. They will celebrate every pass. They will celebrate every time they head the ball. It is relentless from them. And when the goal went in against Denmark, it was like a sonic boom happened. It was like the tectonic plates of the earth shifted. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. Quite how loud it was. Serbia, England and Spain all to win for me today. Yeah, I'm going 3 draws. 3 draws today. Hopefully it won't be 3 draws because that's not the most exciting. Has to be said. But if I had to pick a team in each one, I would agree with your assessment. I'd pick Serbia, England, and Spain. My thinking is Slovenia are very compact. They play a 4-4-2, which is really interesting. The only team really at this tournament playing a 4-4-2, really compact. Don't concede a lot of chances, but can get a goal because they've got Sesko. They've got one of the best forwards in the world, right? And England, Denmark. My thinking is England are the better team, but often take at least one group match off. Very rarely do we see England win all 3 group matches. And Spain, again, I feel like Spain got their big win against Croatia. They're going to feel very hopeful in the fact that they're going to beat Albania in their final match. So they can, again, probably afford to take the match off a bit tonight. And for Italy, they also got their win. Okay, they've got the win against Albania. A draw against Spain's a good result. They then just need to grab a draw against Croatia and be fine. So that's my rationale, and it's not very exciting, but yeah, I've been wrong a fair few times already this tournament, as plenty of Romanians are letting me know on my Romania preview video. A lot of them are letting me know that I predicted them to finish bottom of the group, and I hold my hands up. I hold my hands up to that. I can't get it all right. And my thinking on Romania was always that they were very good defensively. I just didn't see where the goals were going to come from. And then they went and scored three of the greatest goals of the tournament so far. So I'd say that's probably a small concern for them. Teams in the tunnel now, getting ready for this second game week in Group C. Slovenia, Serbia. Oblak will be leading out the Slovenian team. In regards to Serbia, I'm not sure. Is it Captain Mitrovic? I'm going to presume it is. Or is it Pavlovic? I can't quite remember, to be honest. Cannot quite remember. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a loud one in the stadium as well. Has to be said. Has to be said. Very important match here for both sides. Very, very important match. If either side can get a winner, they're almost certainly through to the next round. Slovenia almost definitely will be. Serbia likely. Major match between two ex-Yugoslav nations here in Munich. Hell of an arena. It's packed to the brim. And that's been brilliant. The whole tournament, full. Full. Every stadium, full. Which has not always been easy for the fans, given the logistical troubles that we've had at the tournament. Very loud Serbian anthem at the moment. We are just a few minutes away from kickoff. Let's see what we're going to see today, shall we? Wow, and it's a lot warmer today in the UK than it was yesterday, and I'll tell you that much. It feels like a summer's day today. It feels very warm indeed. This is the most heavily bearded man I've ever seen. Sings the anthem for Serbia. The belief will need to be there. They played well against England, Serbia. They managed to stop them playing. They had a couple of chances for themselves. On another day, could have nicked a draw. So they'll need to take that confidence into this one. This is the one, really, that they need to win. The Denmark game is going to be hard. Especially if Denmark need the win on last game. So if Denmark lose to England... If Denmark fail to win today, they're going to need to win that last game. And Serbia won't want to face a Denmark that is in desperate need of a win. But yeah, good afternoon everyone. Welcome along. 2 p.m. match, Slovenian national anthem now. Let me know your score predictions down below. I've gone with 1-1. Just as Slovenia did in their first game. I'm seeing that man Sesko getting his first tournament goal today. Jan Oblak in goal. Can't ask for much more than that. Cannot ask for much more than that. And again, the support in the stadium for Slovenia will be loud, to say the least. Having now had first-hand experience of how raucous the support is. Yeah, this is going to be quite something. First half coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see how we get on today. It's quite something that the Euro 2024 has been sponsored by Visit Qatar. There we go. We are moments away from kickoff. Ahead of, again, it has to be said, it can't be understated. This is a massive day of football today. Denmark, England next. Hopefully England put on a better show than they did last time out. Spain, Italy tonight, 8 p.m. here in the UK. 9 p.m. on the continent. And then the Copa. The Copa kicks off tonight. Argentina versus Canada. Big night for them. Obviously the world champions get back underway. See how they do in this next tournament. As my ITV lags a little. Let's give it a little refresh before kickoff. Oh dear, are we having slight technical issues? ITV, not the time really. Really not the time. Trying to get it back on. There we go. Happy days. Happy days. We're back. Oh. Big stretch. I've had a protein heavy lunch. I've had about 50 grams of protein at lunch. I feel like I could bench maybe a small baby at this point. £1 on all three of today's matches finish 1-1 would win you £250 worth of shot. It's because I just don't think it will happen, which is obviously ridiculous to say because I'm predicting it. But I just feel like individually I would say 1-1 on each one. But I think in practice them all finishing 1-1 would be kind of ridiculous. But I tell you what, if this one finishes 1-1, I'm going to get a little bit tetchy that I haven't done that. Maybe we'll have a look at half time. We got a lot of goals yesterday, so fingers crossed we get some more goals today. I have not started the clock. Let's start the clock. So clear off. Let's start you at 52. Update time. Resume. Cool. We are underway. A minute in, Serbia kicked off. Kicking from left to right. Slovenia shooting from right to left. Slovenia got off to a 1-1 draw. I was there. Serbia kicking off. Trying to pick up their first point of the tournament. Both sides not really been a regular at international football level, will want to prove their worth. Will want to make sure they can show that they're good enough to get through to the knockouts. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen, what it has in store for us today. Hello from Romania. Good afternoon. Congratulations on a brilliant start to the tournament. I'm sorry I predicted you to come bottom of the group. That's not going to happen now. Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon. All I was doing. Right. Let's see what we're going to get today. Nice pass inside towards Sesko there from Slovenia. He's back on the ball again, edge of the area. Nothing quite doing yet. Nothing quite doing yet. I'm the one who commented on your Group E video. I'm surprised as well. Yeah, I'm getting a few more comments on that video now saying, questioning why I put them bottom of the group. But my thinking was always that Romania were good. Obviously, you had a really good qualifying. You were really good defensively. I just didn't really see Slovenia with a shot could save straight down the middle of the goal. I just didn't really see where the goals were going to come from. But then who could have predicted that you'd score 3 absolute belters, to say the least. Half a chance there for Slovenia. I think it's Spara with a shot. Straight down the keeper's throat, though. Straight down. Can't be too excited, though, since Slovakia won 2. Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. Group E is now really poised to set up well. Yeah, exciting that. if you go and beat Belgium, that'll be crazy. But I think obviously the likelihood is that Belgium will come back and get a victory. And again, you'd probably expect Ukraine to beat Slovakia. And then if after 2 games, all 4 teams are on 3 points, that will set up a great end. That will set up a great end to this group. That'll be fabulous. Good start this from Slovenia. Positive stuff. Looking to move the ball quickly through the lines. Trying to find Sesko. Trying to find Andres Spora. Again, obviously the big thing to be watchful of when it comes to Serbia is obviously the height. The height. So many players are above 6 foot in this team. Basketball players. All I was doing. I wish we could just agree with the Slovaks go 0-0 last game. We'd both be through. I mean, could happen. Could happen. Yeah, Group E is going to be very interesting, to say the least. I'm interested in how Belgium are gonna attack it. How Slovakia. I mean, it's almost more interesting to see what the teams that have already won are going to do. Do you push all out for that second win and guarantee your qualification? Oh, it's tough. Very tough. Very, very tough. And of course, England after this today. Likely Southgate's going to stick with the same lineup, which I don't agree with. But there we go. Hopefully he can play a little bit better. He seemed quite happy with the way we played in the first half. I wasn't too impressed in the first half either, to be honest. I thought we was a bit lacking. Slovenia coming through. Spora. Shot. Good save by the keeper. Slovenia definitely started off the brighter of the 2 teams in this one. Definitely have. So it wasn't Spora. It was the left winger. I love Serbia. Romanians and Serbians are really good friends, but I hate watching them now. They've not started well here, Serbia. They've been on the back foot. Really, really like the way Slovenia set up in this 4-4-2. The wide players really come inside. It's quite a narrow system, and it's all about getting the balls through the lines. And obviously, when you've got a striker as good as Benjamin Sesko, what can you say? What can you say? 8 minutes on the clock in this one. 0-0. Slovenia just about on top. That's a disappointing free kick to give away, though. Here at the Allianz Arena. One of the best stadiums probably in the world. For my money. Mitrovic winning the foul there. Definitely one of the danger men. leading the line. Free kick taken out to the right. Ball's going to be whipped in here. Back post. It's going to be over hit. It's going to be out for a goal kick. That was half a chance there for Serbia. They had about 5 or 6 men in the box to aim at. Again, obviously, we know incredibly tall team. Incredibly tall team. Tallest at the tournament. And that's where they're going to want to make their presence known. Balls into the box. There we go. Most people expect Serbia to win versus both Slovenia and Denmark, but I don't know why these teams that have a couple of superstars are always overhyped. I do worry about the intensity. This was always my problem. I predicted Serbia to finish bottom of this group, and my main reason for this was because of how many players in their team are playing a poorer standard of league. Many of them are in Saudi Arabia. And I'm not slighting the league, but it definitely has a lower intensity. Definitely has a lower intensity than, say, playing in the Premier League or playing elsewhere in continental Europe. This was always my problem. Like Mitrovic and obviously Tadic is in Turkey. And Milinkovic-Savic is over in Saudi Arabia. And I always felt that counted against Serbia, and it always counted against teams headed in to a major tournament. I think it didn't help Senegal, for example, AFCON, who had a bad tournament. That coming into tournament football is intense. Games come thick and fast. It's highly emotional. And when you're not used to that, getting yourself up to speed can be difficult. Romania's best player was there. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Looking forward to Romania again. Who gets to play in yellow in the Romania-Ukraine match? Ball forwards for Serbia. Intercepted. Again, Slovenia very, very good in this system. Nice ball in behind. It's being chased. Ooh, the flag's eventually gone up, but just for a minute there. Spora and Sesko were causing a little bit of trouble. Very close indeed. And Slovenia heading forward again. Just down the right-hand side. Touch gets away from him a little bit. I think it's Elsnik. And he just concedes the foul in the end. But again, Slovenia getting the ball through the lines. Been very nice. Just think it's very limiting because they want to play around the superstars, but also expected. Yeah. I think you raise a good point. It's very obvious that they're going to try and get Tadic on the ball to his feet and try and get Mitrovic in the air. So yeah, that's certainly true. Which again, I think feeds into the narrative of Slovenia coming into this tournament very underrated. Very underrated. Very nice team in transition. And the same as Romania, realistically speaking. Very little expected from them, despite coming into the tournament off a really good qualifying. Nice football by Serbia there. Janza with the tackle eventually. Obviously the goal scorer the other night. Eric Janza. No game is easy, and the worst rated teams are here because they're the best drilled out of the rest. Yeah, that's generally true. That is true. Um, I think that really showed with like the likes of Albania and things like that. There's a reason they finished ahead of Poland in their group, for example. Um, I think the only team that is genuinely not very good at this tournament is Georgia. Which again is no slight on them because they've made it here, but they've obviously qualified in a very strange way. They still finished second bottom in their qualifying group and have some good players, but on the whole, that team is poor. Um, and I fully expect them to lose their remaining 2 games. $15 in, quarter of an hour in. Slovenia 0, Serbia 0. Slovenia just about on top at this moment in time. Moldova was 1 draw away from qualifying. That would have been ridiculous. Moldova are so unknown. So unknown in Europe. Who on earth goes to Moldova ever? I can't think of a European country I think about less than Moldova, really. No disrespect to any Moldovans out there. Sure, it's a lovely place. Nice ball from Serbia. Cross into the box, back post. Zivkovic can't win his header against Janza, and it's cleared well. Again, they finally got a cross in Serbia, and they hit it towards the only player under 6 foot. Sesko's got the ball, striding away. So powerful, Sesko, with his runs. So driven with it. Really, really good. Hey, hey, hey. It's fair they are in political limbo since the 90s. Yeah, I mean, I think it's very fair to say not really adapted well to being a former Eastern Bloc country, as well as obviously the independence movement. Doesn't help. But yeah, I really can't think of a nation thought about less. Oh, nice. Ball's broke away a little bit for Slovenia here. Chipped forward ball. Didn't quite get the accuracy right. Slovenia trying right now. Trying. It's such a dynamic 4-4-2. I'm really impressed with how they've been coached. Really impressed. They often worry with doing a 4-4-2 is it's going to be very rigid, very straight long ends, not enough triangles sort of on the pitch. But this Slovenian team is incredibly well drilled. Spora drops deep, Sesko runs the channels, the wingers come inside. It's really, really nice. Not really there for. Don't want to get in it while watching football, indeed. But if you like politics, find the YouTube video in your time. Yeah, I've got a bachelor's degree in politics and international relations. Nice ball from Janza. Clears the keeper. Clears everyone though. It's unlucky. Slovenia turning the screw a little bit again. Yeah, I can't say I know too much about Moldova, realistically speaking, especially in regards to the other former Soviet nations. But from the few videos I've seen, especially if people go in there, it doesn't look like it's done too well, which is obviously sad for the people. Thanks. I really enjoyed my degree, but I can't say it's led me anywhere career-wise. I don't do anything to do with my degree or my other degree. I have a master's in history as well, but I don't do anything history related now either. What do you think of replacing the Bosman rule and allowing clubs from smaller leagues like Serbia to have more foreign players? NFL rule in the Champions League. Interesting. I can't say. It's going to be quite hard for me to give an answer off the cuff because I've never thought about this before. That's interesting. I'd like to say it's an interesting one to explore, right? Again, I think it's always got to be focused on the overarching goal of anything like that needs to be the development of football within the nation, or the impact of sport on young people's lives and things like that, and how that would benefit that longer term. Because you don't want it to be at the detriment of that. If in smaller nations it's harder for homegrown players to get in, that's going to limit the development of football within the country. That's my first thoughts, but I can't say I've thought in any sort of real depth about it. The signs in the Croatia and Albania made the Serbs angry. Very, very true. I also saw that, I think it was a Kosovan journalist, hang on, Sesko in the box, corner kick for Slovenia. I think it's a Kosovan sports presenter did the Albanian eagle sign, and now he's been banned from the rest of the tournament, which was kind of silly. He did it to the Serbian fans, which is very silly. Hope you're well. Thank you very much. Hope you are well too. Good to have you back, my man. Happy Thursday. Slovenian corner then, about to be whipped in. They obviously scored from a corner the other day. They've taken it short. Little 1-2. Pass to the edge of the area. Janza with it. Ball's crossed in. Back post. It's poor. It's poor, and it's a wasted opportunity there for Slovenia. We're around halfway through the first half. About a quarter of the way through. It's been cagey. Slovenia probably on top, but not by much. I think smaller leagues should try to hold on their players more rather than signing foreigners. Yeah, I mean, you also have to worry of the league development. Really, attracting good foreign players is always tricky. The revenue generated by the big clubs in tourism is pretty good for soft power and national promotion. Portugal, the last non-Big Five league club to win a UCL. The revenue generated by the big clubs in tourism is pretty good for soft power. And yes. Yeah, that's true. I'm always interested to see how that plays out on two more obscure nations. That was a bad foul. That's going to be a yellow card for Milanovic. And it is. There was a lot of Brazilians in Ukraine, wasn't there? Like at Shakhtar Donetsk for a long time, and I always wonder how the soft power between Brazil and Ukraine therefore is. Or there's quite a few Brazilians in Japan, isn't there? And just things like that. And how does that work on the soft power. But yeah, Porto. Was it 20 years now since a non-Big Five league or a Big Four league, surely? Because there hasn't been a league winner, isn't there? But Romania, at least, most teams on the brink financially, so must sell their talent for peanuts. Yeah, it's sad, isn't it? It's sad. I think ultimately we need to head towards more caps style of things, really. The spending of big clubs is out of control. Hello, sir. Hello, sir, to you too. Thank you for coming along. Greece and Olympiacos winning the Euros and UCL was somewhat helpful. The conference. Yeah, very interesting. I mean, that is one of UEFA's greatest ideas of decades. Adding another European competition. The Conference League is fantastic. And I'd love to start going to some Conference League games across Europe. That would be wicked. Seeing some of these smaller nations get the chance to travel the continent and compete for a European honour, wicked. What a fantastic idea from UEFA. Always got to criticise them where criticism is due. Oh, great touch. Just about gets away. So you've got to give them their plaudits when they deserve it. 2004 was the year of the underdogs. Absolutely. Porto. Greece winning. Did we also have like a strange winner of like the Copa or something that year? So the Arsenal won the league unbeaten. Was it Valencia won in La Liga? My idea is that the smaller clubs outside the Big Five leagues, poor crossing from Serbia, could attract the next KDB, lots of Silvers, Messis, Ronaldos. I wish there was more, and there won't be this, but more. Oh, nice ball, good header, straight down at the keeper though, and All Black with the save. I wish there was more. Or an easier path for coaches to manage abroad at a lower level, shortly after getting their licenses. I think that would be really good. I think travel was really good, and being part of different ideas would be really helpful. Really good for growth. I don't think it's surprising, for example, that Jude Bellingham is far and away the best English player at the minute. And he has basically not played in England. He's never played in the Premier League. Obviously, really, he's had a fantastic upbringing. Come through the EFL. EFL is brilliant for nurturing young talents. Then to go to the Bundesliga. And then to go to La Liga with Real Madrid has been brilliant. The big club scout players since they're like 5. Yeah, I mean this is now I think a growing issue with how much big teams are starting to hoard younger players, and the amount they're able to spend on kids that are still teenagers. No ball in Slovenia. It's cleared. Both teams' final ball needs to be a little bit better. Yeah, that's tricky. The 80s and 90s saw Villa, Forest, Bucharest, Marseille, Red Star, Dortmund and Ajax win the UCL would never happen now, indeed. It's so concentrated at the top. And I think it's now so hard to go back because the big clubs will fight it. I mean, look at what they tried to do with the Super League and things like that. They're not going to have it. Trying to redress the balance is going to be incredibly hard now. I think spending caps is the way to go. I don't know how much this is known outside of the UK, but we're obviously about to have an election in this country, and the Labour Party is going to win power for the first time in 14 years, right? And they're looking at putting a 10% tax basically on every Premier League transfer. So it's a levy every time there's a fee, and that's to help. I mean, it'll go into a lot of budgets, I'm sure, but I think it's also to help grassroots in this country. The loans matter needs nerfed, indeed. EA, fix your game. No, yeah, yeah, and I think I think it's only going to get more complicated, especially with like buying the rights to players and things like that. It's very odd, isn't it? And too many multi ownership groups and things like that now. If it's not the City group, it's Chelsea owning Strasbourg or United now with Nice, and yeah, it's sort of too much. These massive conglomerates, these massive networks. Not good. Serbian corner, 30 minutes on the clock. Half an hour into this one. Can we find an opening goal in this one? Ball in the box. Oh, it went right across the face of goal. Oblak is livid with his defence, sorry. The ball was whipped in near post. Oh, and it just sort of fell in front of Mitrovic, but it just went over him. It just bounces all the way through in the end. So all sponsor deals will be 15% bigger. I don't know if we're talking on the tax that our future government is looking to do. Yeah, it's just on transfer fees and things like that. Elshik now coming forwards for Slovenia. Nice, comes inside. Spora. Unlucky. Very, very hard for Slovenia to score a cross against this defence. Yeah, it's interesting, and it's a concern of mine really, as a football fan who loves the raw, real, genuine aspects of football. The commercialism is something that worries me a lot. I'm very happy that I support Peterborough United and not Man United or Man City. I just hate football at the top level in the Premier League and the Champions League. It doesn't even feel real. It feels like a show. And that in the future just worries me. I'm expecting transfer fees to go up to compensate and revenue to be inflated somehow for FFP. Yeah, I mean, almost certainly, right? Football really does exist in its own sort of vacuum. We're so desensitized now to transfer fees that we're talking about. How ridiculous is it really? I mean, you're looking at who's on the move at the minute? Ian Matson is going to Aston Villa, isn't he, for like 37.5 million. 37.5 million for Chelsea's third choice left back. And we don't even think about it. Don't get me wrong, I know there's nuance around that. He's obviously he's done very well at Dortmund and things like that, but it is just absurd. Officiating in the EPL is a comedy show. I'm amazed, really, it's allowed because with how much money is in the English game, how it's allowed to be that bad when decisions are so important in terms of financial revenue and things like that. It is ridiculous. Like Aston Villa are in the Champions League next year. They should have been relegated a few years ago. They should have been relegated. They conceded a goal, the ball went over the line, and goal line technology didn't work. It's amazing that it's allowed to be quite what it is. It's crazy that it's allowed. I mean, fortunately, they're bringing in the semi-automated offside decisions, which will hopefully calm things down. Chelsea's third choice left back is more valuable than 10 Romanian First League teams. It's just ridiculous, isn't it, really? But is there appetite to change that, really? There would need to be appetite in those nations to keep their best players. I don't think there really is. Again, football for so many people is, the Premier League, it's the Champions League, and yeah, that's it. What have I missed so far? Not a lot in this match. It's been very cagey. So I would say Slovenia maybe just about on top, but not a lack of chances really for both teams. Very cagey. I've actually predicted 1-1 in every match today, so it's good. It's crazy. It's crazy. Janza with the throw-in into the box towards Sesko. Can't get there. On the spin. Ooh. It is crazy. I think the gap is just going to keep widening at club level, but international football might get tighter. That's the hope. That's the hope. Fingers crossed. There's so much more at play in regards to international football as well. And obviously, managers don't get as long with their players, which is why we see crossing cleared. Why we see so many great matches at this tournament. Oh, Elshik off the post. Sesko puts it over. That's the best chance of the match for Slovenia. They should be ahead. Elsnik off the post. It came out to Sesko, took a touch and just curled it over the bar. Oh, so disappointing. I don't think we'll ever see a team like Greece 2004 again either. I think that was a one-off. It was sort of a two-off really because of Czech Republic winning in... Denmark winning in 1992. I think we could see it again as well. I think we could see it again. Truthfully. To be fair, Greece won because of that golden goal rule at the time. I think Greece would have won anyway. Although it was an absolutely terrible rule. I'm glad they got rid of it. How did they not score that? Slovenia getting so many chances. Surprised they're getting chances. Yeah, they're good. They're set up really well, Slovenia. And they should be ahead in this one. Slovenia, free kick here. Sorry, Serbia free kick. I think I said Slovenia. Oh, Black all organising his wall. Here we go. Oh, terrible. Straight into the wall. Straight into the wall again. That was shocking. Shocking. Coming up to half time, folks. Slovenia should be ahead. I don't know how they've managed to miss that. Serbia's attack is very disappointing so far. Only one shot on target. Yep. They've looked disjointed as well. They've looked really disjointed in the attack. I don't know. I think it's really not that unlikely for a non-favourite to win the Euros. There's always a Denmark, or Turkey, or Czechia in the semi-finals. Yeah, I don't think it's impossible for it to happen again by any means. I think it's a lot harder at the World Cup. Serbia have fallen in an odd group of nations who qualify often but do little else, like Poland, Mexico and Senegal, a bit like Burnley and West Brom in the Premier League. Chance for Serbia. Tadic, I think, is on the ball. Just gets muscled off it, though. There's always sort of the whole... almost like the streets will never forget the vibe about Serbia. I think they just produce too much of one style of footballer. Oh, do you think an East European... Ooh, Oblak with the save. That was a good chance for Serbia. Shot from distance blocked. And that was a chance for Mitrovic. Oblak, he's a hell of a keeper. Do you think an Eastern European side like Romania or Croatia to reach the semis this year? I mean, definitely not Croatia. Romania could be there or thereabouts. It always sort of depends on pathing as well. I think Czech Republic could still be well in the mix. Obviously not really an Eastern European team, but you catch my drift. Oblak does very well there. Swarms Mitrovic. Yeah, I'd say probably Romania have looked the most likely. But you don't want to go all in on them after just one game. Turkey are always a bit odd as well. They can sometimes just show up and go a bit mad. Slovenia ball in, gets dealt with again by Serbia. Who would you start today for England against Denmark? I'd go Pickford. Serbia coming forward, 1 second. Left hand side. Ball in the box. Dealt with well. Comes out, shot blocked and cleared. The game has really started to open up here. Slovenia breakaway now. End-to-end stuff. This is excellent. Got a cross in. Corner kick for Slovenia. Right, who would I start against England today? Pickford in goal. Back four, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Stones, Gay and Joe Gomez. Obviously Southgate's not going to do that, but that's what I would do. That back four. I'd go Rice with... I'd go Rice, Bellingham, Saka, Foden, Eze, Kane. That's what I'd do. Ukraine was the best chance. Wouldn't count Croatia out yet, especially if Italy doesn't lose. Possibly. Corner for Slovenia. Keeper punches well. My idea is that if certain clubs could qualify for the knockout rounds of the UCL, UEL, it could give some players from Norway, Poland, Slovakia, Czechia, Bulgaria big game experience. Yeah, that would. Ukraine, except Mudryk, lack pace and chemistry. Yeah, it was kind of shocking, really, wasn't it? It was rather shocking, to say the least. How poor they were given that front four. Dovbik, Sudakov, all really nice players. Yeah. First 0-0 at half time so far. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. Right. Gordon to replace Foden. Yeah, I can see that. I prefer Eze to come in. Better ball carrier for my mind. Until Shaw returns, Foden and Jude will not work together. Possibly. I don't think it works in the current system. I think the way I put it together, I think they're far enough apart for it to work. I'd want Foden on the right side of midfield. That's where I want to see him operate. And I want Trent in defence. And like I say, I'd bring Joe Gomez in a million times over. But he's not going to do that. That's half time, ladies and gentlemen. That is half time. Oops. There we go. Half time in this one. Slovenia 0, Serbia 0. There was two great chances really for both sides. Slovenia definitely should have gone ahead. Hit the post and then Sesko curled over. And then just a few minutes after, Mitrovic with a good chance. Saved by Jan Oblak. Smothered him well. And that's half time. I'm just going to very quickly go to the toilet, so I'll be back in just a moment. Let's see if I can. Ooh. Oops. Bring this over here, and if I go that, fantastic. Right, I'll be back in just a moment. 2 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Happy days. Right then. Ukraine doesn't have the vibes they might find it. They were fine, but the heads dropped when Romania scored out of nowhere. Yeah, I think that's quite true. Mentality can shift in an instant. Yes, and it definitely did in that one. That shocked them, I think. It's a worrying throwback to the old golden generation Yeah, with Lampard, Gerrard, Rooney, Joe Cole, and Scholes wanting the same spots, but Carrick never getting the minutes when he might have balanced the team. Yes, square pegs, round holes. It's problematic. Tournament football is all about mental resilience. Agreed. Agreed. There's a reason why some of the greatest tournament players haven't necessarily been the greatest technical players. England did better with worse players when only Harry Kane was a guaranteed pick. It's become a Premier League all-star circus again. Yeah, and I think the sort of clamour for the likes of Cole Palmer is a failure to address the issue in the squad. Bringing Cole Palmer in would not help at all, as far as I'm concerned. It's the same problem. Our big issues is the big issue is the left side, and we don't have balance to it. Which again, why I'm very much in the camp that Joe Gomez should come in, because then you can play a more attacking-minded Trent Alexander-Arnold. He can step up because then they can shift across and form a three, which I really like. I'm the biggest Closer fanboy, absolute legend. Yeah, Miroslav Closer is a legend. Proper bloke. Wharton and Mainu should get minutes badly. I would very much consider bringing Wharton in for Kyle Walker. That could work. And if I was to do that, then I'd also bench Foden for Eze. And it's mad, isn't it? I know we spoke about this yesterday, but how on earth is Tyreek Mitchell not in the squad? It's just absurd, really, that Southgate didn't bother to call up an actual fit left back. Just ridiculous. Germany still haven't replaced Closer properly. I like Fulkrug, but he's a bit cumbersome. First of all, great word. Love that word. And second of all, yeah, Fulkrug has surprised me, really. I was not his biggest fan, but he's impressed me quite a bit. I like Havertz as well. I am a Kai Havertz fan. I think the song helps him because I quite enjoy singing that. Yeah, I sort of wish if Germany had Sesko, they'd be laughing. But they're lucky because they've got goals elsewhere anyway, so it's not their biggest concern, I don't think, for Germany. So many Germans told me as well that Kimmich would play in midfield, and that hasn't happened either. Hmm. Interesting, isn't it? I think the good news in regards to England as well is that Gay has started very well. I don't think there's any real concerns about him now. Which again, why he didn't call Tyreek Mitchell up? Sorry to say for the God knows how many times. I don't know. When they literally play together at club level, doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Wow. Well, well, well. Southgate is getting too much stick, in my opinion. He gets the job done. Serbia really wants to prove something in that game. It's very hard to play spectacularly versus determination. I think there's just a general concern that I share that we really struggle to break teams down. We really struggle to play in front of teams. And that's a concern. It was concerning in the lead up to this tournament as well. We don't seem to have addressed it. And it's really, really important, and he's not always the best at this, is that Harry Kane stays forward. Him dropping deep is detrimental. It's problematic. And he was really good at it in the first half, and then he got a bit carried away the second half, where he started dropping deeper and deeper to pick up the ball. Not his game. Has to be a focal point. Trent is never a DM. I don't think. I'm largely in agreement. I think he should be playing right back. I think he should be playing. I think there's obviously a lot of criticism on the moment. I think that's a concern. Him being in midfield. I think he should be in defence. He's crucial to build up. It's again why I'd hammer on the point that it should be Joe Gomez at left back because he sits deep. Rory Jennings picked a midfield diamond of Jude, Foden, Saka and Palmer. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Did he pick two up front then? Kane and Watkins or something? Or I mean, that's just ridiculous, isn't it? that is ridiculous. Rice as a single pivot is silly. From my outsider perspective, you don't have any real left wingers nor your midfielder other than Rice are too similar. I think in the starting lineup, yeah, I think that's why really I'd be looking at Eze on the left hand side myself, and why you're probably again wanting to bring in the likes of Adam Wharton or Kobe Mainu. Kane himself doesn't like playing as a target man. Again, which makes somewhat really like, hence why I want Gordon to replicate the Sterling role. Yeah, I kind of get that, but again, we don't have that luxury. Kane has to stay up front. Because Saka operates in front of the defenders. He doesn't really break lines. And again, the same thing on the left. We don't have someone breaking lines. I mean, realistically, we should have called up Rashford. It didn't really make sense not to. Regardless of the fact he didn't have a great season. He's someone that can break lines. And will get him behind. Maybe look at the buy model to include Kane more. Yeah. I mean, Southgate's just not going to do any of this now, is he? Let's be honest. He's made his mind up. And whether it works or not will be, I suppose it remains to be seen, doesn't it? We'll see how we get on. You need more players who take on people. Yeah, and this is why I'm banging the drum for Eberiche Eze. That is his game. Superb at taking people on. Too many players in this team. Walk the ball forward, look up. There's 4 players stood there. And they turn back around and pass it to the player behind them. It's just not good. And again, why you need someone like Wharton in midfield to play passes on the turn to break lines. He was excellent at doing that for Palace in the second half of the season. Excellent at breaking lines. And again, why I would have Trent at right back in that build up. Rice is your real anchor, and he's brilliant at it as well. He's excellent at breaking up play, winning tackles. And having the likes of Wharton and Trent to help build is much better for me. Eze to receive the ball in tight spaces and make stuff happen. I mean, if you're looking at this Germany team, right, looking at Musiala and Wirtz, picking the ball up in tight areas, twisting, turning, fantastic. And I think Eze can do something similar. He's not quite at that level, but he's as close as we've got, really. Unless you want to go Gordon and go direct, which I'd prefer later on in the match. Again, like I say, Southgate isn't going to do any of this. He's going to stick with the same team, and we're probably going to play a very similar game that we did the other night. English FA deserve a lot of blame, agreed. A bit too obsessed with adverts of M&S and EE. It took so long to reform the grassroots after losing to Croatia and Russia. Yeah, they did. It did, realistically speaking. And Southgate has to take a lot of credit for that. And I'd be more than happy if he stepped down this summer and stayed as sort of the football operations man who oversees it all. I think he'd be great in a role like that. I think that would actually suit him so much more. Again, he's not going to do that. He's going to want to go and manage again. Fair enough. But I think his skill set as a coach, as a manager, is in building an identity, building a cohesion, unity among different teams, making the place a feel good place to work. I think it'd be really good. I think I said somewhere, but I felt Southgate played his Serbian ex-side to regain his own confidence with a narrow starting 11. Why is he picking the exact same team? Wouldn't it make more sense to rotate and try different things down the group stage? I mean, he seems very... yeah, I mean, you're talking about stubborn and frustrated. This seems like he's almost there. And what second half is just about to get underway. And we are away for the second half. I think what's forgotten as well is how tactically progressive his side were in 2018. Really surprising. The system we played was very interesting. We sort of played a 3-5-2 of sorts. And that was very weighed towards getting forward. We sort of had like a square of Kane, Sterling, Ali and Lingard. Really interesting system. And now he's really square pegging round holes, you know? And I would like. I think he's going to step down at the end of this tournament, and I think that's right, regardless of the outcome. And I'd really like to see Maurizio Pochettino be offered the job. Again, he won't be. It will be Graham Potter. I'm almost certain of that. But that's who I'd like to see. Or failing that, I'd rather see Gary O'Neill. But I think that's more of a rogue shout. Ooh, good save, Oblak. Mitrovic again with the chance. Just caught him behind there. Good little Serbian move. 1-2 between Mitrovic and Zivkovic, I believe. Sorry, no, Tadic. But again, Oblak very, very snappy off his line. Good save. I think it makes sense to go for the same team, secure first place, and then rotate. And then rotate third games better than rotating second and maybe needing to go stronger in third. Yeah, I mean, I think that's Southgate's thinking. I would rather see him make changes again. I don't think he's going to do that. So it wasn't exactly convincing first game. No, it wasn't. That's why I would like to see changes, but I get Southgate doesn't want to do that. Oblak's not conceding today. He is looking in the form of his life, to be honest. He is, for me, pound for pound, the best goalkeeper in the world. Slovenia desperately need England to win today as well, because they are going to want England to rotate in their match. Slovenia could get through in this group with 3 draws, which would be interesting. Which would be something. Some of the crowd are on the pitch. They think it's all over. Well, it is now. Do, 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 do. Love's got the world in motion, and I know what we can do. Ball that wide, left-hand side. Whipped into the box. Good area. Oh, my word. Biol nearly turned it into his own goal. Just miscues his clearance and it nearly just loops into the top corner. It never looked like the game was in doubt to me. It's hard to see that as a fan when your team is playing. For example, when Romania was 3-0 up, I thought you're capable of letting it slide. Yeah, I get that. I think my thoughts are more that the bigger picture has shown that for the last... Let me just see this corner. Headed away. The big picture has been this last year of England fixtures, we've not played well. We've not been playing well. Now, there has been a lot of injuries in the friendlies and the qualifiers. Ooh, Mitrovic heads over. This is the corner actually, and that's been concerning. That's been concerning. I worry just about the performance level overall. But today will be really interesting. And again, fingers crossed, we just go out and win 3-0, right? What did Serbia's coach tell them at half time? I know. Serbia have really come out with a vengeance this half. Slovenia just need to withstand this pressure, though. They will come back into it if they can just weather this storm. Wake up, indeed. I think Janza going down may be trying to help this momentum shift away from Serbia. Never a bad idea. Oh, good punch by Oblak from the corner. Danger not over. Serbia committing a lot of men forward. They want this victory. Cross in. Poor this time. And a free kick for Slovenia. Yeah, I think we might have a bit of a bit more of a match on our hands this second half. Love's got the world in motion. And it's worth saying as well, in regards to England, you know, I was obviously at the match. The Slovenia-Denmark, and Denmark were poor, to say the least. Sesko! Just about out. So I think there's still a very good chance that England just go ahead and win because Denmark aren't in great shape either. Their coach, I don't really know what he's still doing there, to be honest. How come you don't just watch on the TV so there's no delay? Good question. Because I don't have one. I only have a Fire Stick on my TV. I don't have any terrestrial TV. I haven't got an aerial. So I couldn't, even if I wanted to. Marco's just having a moment in the chat. Yeah, it's unfortunate they have to have the delay, but I don't really know any better at this point. And I'm not about to start paying for Sky TV to rip me off. Don't you need a TV license to watch an iPlayer? Yep. I still have a TV license. I just don't have traditional TV. Because again, don't want to have to pay for it. Like I don't really watch TV anyway, so just having a Fire Stick with the streaming services on is fine for me. Free kick Slovenia. 54 minutes on the clock. Ball into the box. Headed in, headed out. And cleared by Serbia. You got to hold and give, but do it at the right time. You can be slow or fast, but you must get to the line. They'll always hit you and hurt you. Defend and attack. There's only one way to beat them. Get round the back. So catch me if you can, 'cause I'm an England man. And what you're looking at is the master plan. We ain't no hooligans. This ain't a football song. 3 lions on my chest. I know we can't go wrong singing for England. England. Who's going to find the breakthrough in this one then? Is it going to be Serbia? Is it going to be Slovenia? And I tell you what, if this is a draw, England have got some luck. England could be about to win this group. Tadic, right hand side, 3 men in the box to aim at, chooses to go for the overlap, ball in, blocked, corner. Bang. Sorry if that was loud. Oh. Can Serbia find the breakthrough? Can Slovenia find a counter and then a breakthrough? Can, woulda, shoulda, coulda. Corner is cleared. Serbia back on it. Both sides looking for a goal. Slovenia. Where are you in the house and why is there a brick wall next to you? I'm in my office. Chance cleared. I'm in my office. You're right. This is a brick wall or a stone wall. I just live in a very old house. My house was built in 16 something or other, like 1620. So there's a lot of exposed wooden beams, a lot of stone walls, all stone exterior. Serbia in behind. Tadic, can he pick out a good pass here? Looks for Mitrovic, blocked. See ya. Basically, just the house is very old, and there's loads of this all around the house. 1994 FIFA World Cup saw Norway. Oh, Sesko with a shot. Good save from Rakovic. Saw Norway eliminated after scoring the same points on goal difference to Italy, Mexico, and Ireland. Yeah. It's kind of... well, I guess not, but you very rarely see it. It obviously could happen. Banger 0-0. Yeah, it's been good. It's getting really good as well this second half. They're all patting his bald head. They're all slapping his bald head for making the save. Why is that just the culturally allowed thing? When a bald man does something good, you're just allowed to slap him on the back of the head. I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules. Do. Has any team ever been eliminated on 6 points? I mean, you'd imagine so. 2 wins, 1 loss for 3 teams. And any team qualified on 2 points, again, probably. But I can't think of any examples off the top of my head. Can't think of any. I'm not sure. Nice ball left hand side, Slovenia. Janza on the overlap. Laurent Blanc is to kiss Barthez' head. I'm not surprised. I remember that penalty save against Beckham. Although Blanc was long gone by then. All teams in that 94 group had 4 points and 0 goal difference. Is that right? Let's have a look. World Cup 1994. In Group D, 3 teams had 6 points. No team has ever not gone through with 6 points. Yeah. Yeah, Group E, everyone finished on 4 points. Oh yeah, that's what you were saying, wasn't it? Yeah, and 0 goal difference. Yeah, Norway got eliminated on goals scored. That's kind of terrible. Yeah, Argentina and Belgium at the 1994 World Cup finished on 6 points and came in third. Both qualified, but that's kind of crazy, isn't it? Yeah, it came to goal scored to separate Norway's group. It's kind of nuts, isn't it? Let's fact check that. Has any team ever scored 6 points in a group and not qualified. It happened in the 2001 Confederations Cup, apparently. In Group A, South Korea finished on 6 points but had a -3 goal difference and didn't qualify for the next round. Okay, by the same notion, has any team ever scored 2 points in a group and qualified? Let's have a look. Not looking like it. No one took 9 points at the last World Cup after Cameroon beat Brazil. After that great goal by Boubacar. This is sort of my thinking as to why I think England won't win today. Only team in World Cups to go through with 3 points was Chile in 1998. I imagine that will change in 2026 when we have a 48-team group. 48-team tournament, sorry. Lukic has just come off. Was that the first sub we've had? I don't know who came on. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, we've had multiple changes. Just completely ignored it. Let's do it. So we've had Slovenia come through. Nothing quite happening there. Smlanovic off. Gasanovic on. Jovic. Sorry. Vlahovic off. Jovic on. And Lukic off. Milinkovic, Savic on. That's very big on the screen. Wee. There we go. Right. And then for Slovenia, Malaka off. Gorenk, Stankovic on. These Yugoslav names. Whoa, why did it go upside down? There we go. Happy days. 48 teams is too many for a tournament. It basically turns the group stage into a qualifying. I'm kind of maybe on board with it. I'm not entirely sure yet, but I'm excited for the potential narratives that could come. It'd be great to see crossing clears everyone. I'm interested to see some of the newer nations getting a chance. I do think it's inevitable as well. We end up with a 64-team World Cup. I think that's inevitable. This Serbia team might go out with 0 goals scored. They're getting desperate. Yeah, they're not playing. They're not really doing enough, are they? And I think it goes back to your point earlier on about trying to funnel the ball into obvious areas. They're just trying to get the ball to Mitrovic. Nice run. Stojanovic carries the ball a long way. It's going to be looked by VAR, but I don't think it's going to be given. The referee was very, very clear. Not for me. But it was a great one by Stojanovic. Yeah, no penalty for me either. Pavlovic defends strongly but fairly, as far as I'm concerned. And again, I have to say, as an England fan, this would be a very, very good result. France got 0 goals in 0-2. France themselves do love a little bit of a meltdown sometimes. Revival of the Confederations Cup is a qualifying tournament for 6 final World Cups. Places came about so we can retain a 32-team World Cup. Yeah, I'm going to miss the 32-team tournament. But I am kind of excited for the 48 one. It does look like a goal is about to come. Slovenia are flying forward here. Ball out left-hand side. Is this going to be the moment? Cross in. Back post and it's in. Kamenšik. Slovenia ahead. As someone, I was obviously at the other Slovenia match in the Slovenian end, and I was hugging Slovenia fans when they scored before. And I'm very happy for him, it has to be said. Slovenia lead in this one. This would put them on 4 points. This would send them through. Serbia look shell-shocked. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Kamenšik arrives at the back post. Wow. What a moment for Slovenia. First tournament since 2010. Hadn't scored a tournament goal since 2000, until against Denmark. I was there for the Slovenia-Denmark game. I was in the Slovenian end, and it was unbelievable. Loved it. So I'm very happy for him, it has to be said. Has to be said. I haven't been able to have my meds, so I'm going between high as a kite and feeling like I've been taken to the cleaners. Yeah, I did wonder where you were. What a moment for Slovenia. When they scored against Denmark, when I was in the stadium, it's the loudest I've ever heard a goal be celebrated. It was incredible. Whole stand bouncing, just hugging random people. It was a beautiful moment. And Serbia could be on 0 points after 2 games here. Hey, hey, hey. There was a Slovenian man who was trying to teach me the words to that chant, but I can't remember it. He goes, hey, hey, hey. I can't remember. Serbia being too good for the Championship, not enough for the Prem teams, come to fruition. Still time yet. You going to any Romania game? I wish I'm done for the tournament now, unfortunately. I wish I was going to more games, but sadly not. And I didn't really see any Romania fans at the tournament either because of where I was based, which is sad. Wow, Mitrovic should have scored, shouldn't he? Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Wow. I mean, it just isn't happening for him, is it? Karnashik again gets the touch to take it away from the goal. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. It just isn't happening for Mitrovic. Hey, hey, hey. Around 20 minutes left in this one. Serbia need a goal. I haven't updated the scoreboard. No one's told me. How dare you? Oops, I've taken it away instead. 1-0 to Slovenia. I feel love. I've travelled a lot around Slovenia as well. It's a great country. Lukaku playing for Serbia. There's a few like proper funny strikers at this tournament. Like Lukaku's obviously just funny. It's just funny that he had 2 goals ruled out. Mitrovic the same. Um, obviously the Hungary striker. Spora for Slovenia is incredibly funny. Spora has incredible movement, but the worst touch I've ever seen. He should score so many goals, Andres Spora, because he gets in all the right areas, but he doesn't. Just finished for uni this year. Congratulations, first of all. It's not easy doing a degree. But been absolutely diabolically bad. You've got through it, and that's what matters. Yeah, Martin Adam. Free kick, Serbia. Jonathan, hey. Karnišek with the goals. Slovenia scored 2 goals at this tournament. One from Janza, their left back, and one from Kamišek, their right back. Karnišek. Emilio Insue got banned by FIFA because he was never eligible for Equatorial Guinea. Indeed, top scorer at AFCON. Yeah, I mean they knew that. What was it, like 12, 13 years ago? he just still carried on playing for him. Ooh, close again. Free kick, Serbia. Milinkovic Savic heads wide. This is going to have to be a monumental effort on the defending front here from Slovenia. They're bringing 2 players on. And then let's get ready on the text front. Who have we got? Stojanovic off, Sesko off, Verbic off, Verbic on, and Vip. There we go. Did you know both times Romania played Kosovo in qualifiers, Romania got fined and almost lost by default? No, I didn't. Oh! Slovenia? No, poor pass. Slovenia will explode with pace and width on the attack. 4-4-2 works beautifully. Wholly agree. I have loved this system from Slovenia. The fact they are the only team at this tournament playing 4-4-2 and they're playing it this well is great to see. Because you would never see this in like the Premier League or the Champions League. It's really good to see, and I'm going to make sure I make a note of it for when I do my video on Euro 2024 that will come out at the end of the tournament. Because we're friends with Serbia, so yeah, which just went kind of far. Yeah, I do wonder what UEFA are going to look to do longer term, because obviously that area, of Europe is becoming more and more unsettled. Serbia is beginning to show more and more aggression in the region of Kosovo and Bosnia. Great goal that by Slovenia. So yeah, I think there's going to probably be more crowd trouble. I'm amazed no Chinese businessman has bought a club in Scandinavia, Serbia, or Hungary and sent a bunch of. Ooh! Slovenia nearly pinched the ball off the keeper there. Didn't a Chinese businessman send a load of Chinese players to Portugal at one point? Or have I made that up? I think a lower league Portuguese club. Proves why Japan and Korea are better. No comment. By the way, it's a running joke in Romania that we only play well versus teams at war. We're out of all those. Well, you never know. Maybe someone will. You've got Belgium and Slovakia. Well, Slovakia's prime minister got shot, or the president. So maybe you can count that. Was it Robert Fico? He got shot in Slovakia, and maybe someone will attack the European Parliament. Please don't use these ideas, by the way. I don't want them to come back on me. Konashek with a shot again, just wide. Close. Yeah, but only a couple to Portugal. Yeah. True. I like how you think. Oh, that was very poor from Serbia's left wing back there. Yeah, please don't do any of these ideas. I think there's enough problems with Slovakia already. With Fico being shot. Another change coming for Serbia. Number 19 coming on. Not sure who number 19 is. From a distance. Let's have a look. It'll be Samardžić. Udinese Samardžić, I think is how it's pronounced. I imagine it'll be for Ilic. I'm expecting the Gulf states to start buying a lot of teams in Eastern Europe. They can get them for dirt cheap and use them as feeder clubs. Oh, Oblak nearly dropped the ball. Christ. Yeah, I think potentially. There's always going to be a market for teams that play in the Champions League. So I'm only saying because I'm Chinese. I didn't know you was Chinese. And their football team is full of robust defenders. Very uninspiring stuff. Yeah, it is quite remarkable, isn't it, that a nation the size of China has produced very little on the international football front. Right now, I feel like I'm high on 5 doses of ketamine. No comment. Time for me to recite the lyrics of random Jamiroquai songs. Futures made of virtual insanity now. I like Canned Heat as well. I realised in 02 there was little hope for China when they lost to Costa Rica and Turkey. Hey, Turkey were good at that tournament. Finished third. But you probably would say that the tournament that was actually in their neck of the woods, they probably should have done better. Futures. That sub just happened, by the way. It did. 2 of them came on. Tadic came off. Let's do this. Tadic off. Samhodzic on. Zivkovic off. Bermancevic on. Samhodzic almost making an instant impact. Let me fit that a little bit better. There we go. All 5 subs used by Serbia now. They've thrown everything at it. It's just now whether they can find a goal. I said I hate watching Serbia. What I actually feel bad for them. I was rooting for Slovenia as my second team because obviously I watched them. And again, like I say, I've travelled a lot around Slovenia. I've been all over Slovenia. And I love it. So it's a wicked country to visit, Slovenia. Around 10 minutes left. Can Serbia find an equaliser? I'm sort of happy either way. I'm happy if Slovenia win. It'll be brilliant for them. It'll be their first tournament win in so long. Or Serbia equalise. I get my score prediction right. And it's a good result for England. So all I'm doing is travelling without moving. Climbing the Alps in the comfort of your home. Indeed. I've been very lucky in last couple of years to have gone to a lot of places, to be fair. All across Europe. Oh, Oblak has to concede a corner. Obviously just back from Germany as well, but I was in Montenegro last month as well, which was very nice. I've never been to Montenegro until last month, and it was very, very good. People were fantastic and very proud to show off their country. And a very beautiful country it is too. Ooh, there's plenty of time. Plenty of time. I was a student for 5 years and barely went anywhere, so... Ball in. Oblak does his best again. Oh! Cleared away. Slovenia defending for their absolute lives right now. Absolute lives. Matjaz Kek is crouched down, praying for the gods. Ilic with the ball in. Terrible delivery. Clears everyone. Can Serbia find the goal? Bit of trouble on the far side, is there? God, Serbia will be wishing that they were not facing Jan Oblak right now. Oh, I see, yeah. All throwing stuff. Oh. And Janza with a booking for sticking his tongue out. Finally takes it. And there is not long left in this one. Serbia just cannot find a way into this. How many chances have they had? How many chances have fallen to Mitrovic, the exact man they would have wanted to get the ball to? Jan Oblak's been incredible. Wow. Ooh. One nil in this one. Karnashuk with the goal from right back. Slovenia will move on to 4 points if they can win this. Serbia will be on 0 and in trouble. Serbia, who gained so many plaudits for their performance against England, behind again in this one. Oh, close. '88th minute. Time is a ticking. Can Slovenia hang on? Ball in. Into Jan Oblak's hands. He will want to lay left forever. Can they do it, folks? Can they do it? Futures made of. Slovenian fans are believing. Slovenia. Mitrovic on the left-hand side defends. Corner kick for Serbia. We are coming towards the 90th minute in this one. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already and you wouldn't mind doing so, please consider leaving a like. That would be very, very kind. If you haven't subscribed already and would like to do so, that would also be very nice. Again, I'll only say it once in this stream. This is the only time you'll have to hear this. But it'd be very much appreciated. Corner kick comes in and it's headed away by Slovenia. Well defended, but the danger is not over yet. A Denmark win would cause Serbia a headache. It would, yes, it would put them in a very bad spot. It would send them out, wouldn't it? Yeah, they would be out. They could only match England on points, but they'd have a worse head-to-head record. They need Denmark fail to win if this is to hold. 5 minutes added on. This would be Slovenia's first ever win, by the way, at the Euros. How mad is that? This is huge for them. Absolutely huge. Elsnik is off. Bricalo's on. Four minutes to go. Argentina 6, Serbia, Montenegro 1, 2006. One of the best team goals ever in that match. Jovic picks up a booking. Time is running out. Can Serbia find an equaliser? Yeah, you're right. It was 6-0, wasn't it? Slovenia now with some tactical laying on the ground. And to be fair, though, Karnashik was kicked in the head by Jovic. 3 minutes to go. A lot of glum-looking Serbian faces. And a lot of bouncing from Slovenia. Rajkovic, ball upfield. Mitrovic wins the flick on. Slovenia get the ball cleared. Serbia back on the ball. Oh, and the ball rolls all the way through to Jan Oblak. He's going to take as much time as he can to pick the ball up. And it's a free kick. A lot of missiles are being lobbed onto the pitch from Serbia here. Serbian fans. 2 minutes remain, ladies and gentlemen. There's a real worry of some crowd trouble. Gasanovic now in the book. The amount of cups on the pitch is incredible. Booking picked up now again. It's time for Slovenian forwards. Vipanic. And Serbia on the cusp of being in very, very big trouble. Less than a minute to go, folks. Ball upfield. Flick on one. Headed away by the Slovenian defender. It's on the halfway line. Serbia lift the ball back towards the box. Headed away once again. Stoic defending. Mitrovic edge of the area. Cleared away once again by Slovenia, but Serbia will come once again. 30 seconds left. Serbian fans have had more shots on target than any players. Indeed. Ball lifted in. Drops in the box. And it's out for a corner. This could be it for Serbia. Serbian players having to clear all the cups away. The keeper's come up. The last chance for Serbia. Ball in. Oh, and it's in! It's in! Luka Jovic is the man to have won the header. Slovenia won, Serbia won. It's heartbreak for Slovenia, who were just on the cusp of qualifying. By the way, I got the score prediction correct. I guessed 1-1. But that is unbelievable. That is absolutely insane in the membrane. The corner is whipped in, curled in. Jovic there just gambles. Gets the head, goes across. In the bottom corner. Wow. Slovenia were seconds away for qualifying through the group from picking up their first win ever. They're now going to have to carry on waiting for that. Slovenia still awaiting their first ever win at a European Championship. As an independent nation, of course. And that's full time, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. We had late drama yesterday on the stream. We've got late drama again today. Slovenia will have to pick up either a win or a draw against England in the last game. They're going to have to hope. They're going to have to hope that England win tonight and therefore rest players in the final match. Slovenia, who picks up a late goal against Denmark to equalise. have had it for themselves tonight. They're going to have to pick themselves up and go again. That's so sad. Soul crushing. Really is. You've got to feel for these Slovenians. What a fantastic game again at this tournament. Wow. Wow, 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 ladies and gentlemen. What an incredible, chaotic end. Wow. Could go through from second with 2 points, you never know. Indeed, that's true. That's true. Might have sent you a message on Instagram. I don't think I'm logged in at the minute. Is the slight problem, which is not ideal, especially when the fact I'm I'm advertising it. But I will endeavour to check on that front. And again, longer term, the main goal, the main goal is to set up a Discord, because I think that'd be really cool. I think that'd be really good fun, having a Discord and talking about matches in there. That was incredible, wasn't it? That was absolutely ridiculous. Slovenia just had to defend one final corner. One final corner, that's it. Just realised I've still got the timer going on the match. Probably stop that. Wow. Jacko's arrived. Unbelievable. Just going from school. What a hero. Just as we're coming towards the end. But we'll wait in terms of checking out the England and Denmark team. See if there's any changes that have been made. That was absolutely ridiculous, that end to the game. That's taken years off my lifespan, I reckon. Wow. Love, love will tear us apart again. I am looking at doing, hopefully now, a stream. I'll be doing tomorrow, 2 p.m. match. I'll be doing Poland. Oh God, I'm all over the place at the moment on matches. Who's the 2 p.m. at tomorrow? So I'm doing Slovakia, Ukraine tomorrow, 2 p.m. And I'm hoping to do the Netherlands, France tomorrow night, 8 p.m. 9 p.m. on the continent as well. So I'm hoping to be back twice tomorrow. Yeah, 1-1 and the match hasn't even started yet. In fact, what would probably be better is if I just do that. The last minute was ridiculous. It was silly. Slovenia had done it. They had done it. So sad. So sad. But yeah, we'll definitely be back tomorrow for Slovakia, Ukraine. It should be a really good one. And hopefully we'll be back for Netherlands, France as well, which will obviously be a fantastic one to watch. Right then, as the England team come out, before we go, let's have a little look towards the England game before I head off for it. The team's out, it's unchanged. I mean, fine. Look, Southgate's gonna do what Southgate's gonna do. I don't think it's the right decision. Again, I wouldn't have done it. I'd have gone. In fact, let's see if I can get a lineup builder. See if we can do that. Let's have a look. What's on camera? I'm aware of the mic. 2 seconds. There we go. You should hopefully be able to hear me again. Let's add Blueser. No, that's not what I want, is it? Can you tell I'm a really good streamer? Display capture, is that what I want? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Right. This is what I would do, right? If I'm Southgate, let's do it the right way round as well. It's not really red, is it? Let's just do white and white. This is what I would do. I'd go Pickford, not Pickford. I'm going bloody hell. Do you mind? TAA, Stones, Gay, Gomez, Rice, Wharton, Saka, oops, not Sack, Bellingham, Kane, and Eze. That's what I would have done. Let's hope he doesn't reveal his search history. I'm pretty safe, I reckon. I've only just realised how good the Serbia attack is. It wasn't very good in that match. Vlahovic, Jovic, Mitrovic. Mitrovic was really poor today, and so was Vlahovic. Same England XI. This is what I would go with. And the reason I would is because Trent can end up here. You pull him forward. Wharton shuffles across, and then we shuffle across into these like two banks. Bellingham, you're almost getting higher with Kane, and you're almost ending up with something like this when on the ball. Eze's floating inside, Saka's floating inside. Not because it's dodgy, just I think seeing endless web pages of the Austro-Hungarian Empire would end us all. Indeed. That is very, very much my search history. Did Gareth mistake playing triple right backs as receiving his triple lock pension? Love it. Love the political reference. But yeah, that's sort of what I would end up with, something like that. Or again, you swap Wharton, you go Mainu instead. Something like that. And that's very nice. Bellingham again drops back into the hole, and you end up something like this. When we're moving forward, Trent can step up. They all shuffle across, but then when in defence, Trent drops back. Rice really sits in front of these two. Bellingham comes back in. Probably the other way round, to be honest, like that. And again, Eze drops in. Saka drops in. You know what Kane's like. That's what I would do. Now, I'm very much aware Southgate won't do that. That is not what Southgate will do. That's what I will do. But hopefully it just works as it is. I just don't feel Trent being that high is helpful. 0-0 incoming. Yes, quite possibly. Quite possibly. But hopefully not. Hopefully we're going to have another really good match. Fingers crossed we're going to have another really good match. Yeah, I think Denmark will be tough. Why on earth would I want any of these other options? Now, could I? Wow. What on? Who would have thought they'd have had this many options? England and England women. All that, and it's just that. What on earth is this lineup? I didn't know it was going to change the players. Dele Alli's in it. Adam Lallana's in it. Danny Rose. Gary Cahill doesn't even play. This must be from like 2016. Yeah, even the England women's team is very outdated. This is great fun. I can't believe how out of date this is. Look at the front three. This is great. This is great entertainment. Only De Bruyne is still around from that team. Rooney's still around. Rooney. Wow. That's quite funny. Yeah. That's what I would do. I'd have gone something like that. But we shall see. Back when Barca had money, indeed. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. Enjoy the rest of the day's games. Denmark, England coming next. Spain versus Italy tonight. We will be back live on the channel again tomorrow, same time, 1:45 for Slovakia versus Ukraine. And then hopefully we'll also be back for the Netherlands versus France. But I will let you know tomorrow on that one. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. It was a hell of a match. A 1-1 draw in the end. Crazy, crazy ending. Hopefully we'll have more of that today.